Hi guys, first of all thank you for buying the template. I am Stefan Zammit and I would be walking you through the process of customizing this template. And also see what great features this template have. So let's start with where we end up when we extract the zip file that we download. So the first thing that we see when we enter to the file is this video tutorial file that you're watching right now, and also the Adaptive Elegant 3D Logo folder. So let's enter into that. And here we can see a style picker, we can see two folders, and basically the style picker is just an image. So let's double click on that and see what that is. I'm just going to fit it in here and zoom up in here, and we can see every image in here. So as you can see, we have 14 different styles in here. So basically we have style 01, style 02, and the list goes on to style 14. So as you can see, you have many different styles you can choose from. So basically, when you see these all you have to do is to select your style that you want. For example, I'm just going to select one of these styles. Maybe for example, let's select style 12. So basically, if you like style 12, for example, all you have to do to create that style, let's close this. So you've selected the style, that was style 12. So basically, then select your version, if it is the short version or the long version. I'm going to select the short version, which is around 11 seconds, while the other one is around 21 seconds. So let's enter into the short version. And from here, that was once again style 12. So I'm going to enter into style 12. Just double click on that and open that in After Effects. So basically from here, all you have to do from here is to enter your logo, your slogan, music file, and render to get the style. But then you can also customize it however you want if you want to. So let's drag and drop our media. So let's click on right click, import and file. And from here I'm going to select two logos, CTR select, and also I'm going to select a music file. I'm going to select two logos to show you how to do both styles of logos. So then click on open, and as you can see, we've imported our logos in there. And the next thing would be to go to place your logo here. So click on that, go there. If that is not open, just go to customize your project here, and from here you have place your logo here, and double click on that. Then just import your logo. So this would be this logo. Then click on S for scale and scale that down to make it fit properly in this composition here. So around the scale, let's fit it properly in there. Let's fit up to 100%. And the next thing would be to place our slogan. So place your slogan here, and from here you can just edit it however you want. So let's type some text in here, my logo, and then let's jump to control panel. So basically now this style, as you can see, everything is done. So basically that was very quick. All you have to do is just import your logo, type in your slogan, and render. So that was all. And just also import your music file. Then just go to render here and select your style here and render in Full HD or in HD. But you can also choose to continue to customize this template however you want. So basically now we're going to see every little feature of this template in here that you can customize. So let's go to our pointer in there. So basically, as I said, you can customize every feature in this and make it your own style. So you can make your own styles. So let's see what all these features do. So let's begin with LED panel control, since that would change everything about the template. So let's go to effect controls, and from there let's see the first one. So we have add LED panel. Let's click the checkbox, And as you can see, that removes all that light in there. So let's click on that again, and let's see what these things does. So you have LED size. You can customize the size of these LEDs in here. So you can increase the size up to that, and you can also decrease the size considerably in there, as you can see. So let's make it around that level. And you can also customize the LED order. So you can customize it to be in order if it's 0, and you can increase it to 1.5 and remove its order. So something like that. Very, very nice. And the next thing would be, so basically this is the LED panel control. So if we remove that, we can now jump to other parameters of the template. So as you can see, we've removed the LED panel control just by clicking the checkbox button in there. So now let's start from the beginning. We have depth control in here. So let's go to somewhere around here to see everything properly. And let's start from here. Upper logo depth. If we decrease this to 0, our upper logo would increase, as you can see. We have a larger hole in there, in the ground. And then you also have lower logo depth, which we will see this later on, but it will customize the lower logo. So basically, if we are enter the logo, we would have two layers, one which would emit light, and the other one which would be, the one emitting light would be the lower logo depth, and the other one, the upper logo, would be this one. So basically, the next thing would be switch depth. So let's switch depth in there and see what happens. So as you can see, we've switched our depth in there very easily in there. And from a hole in the ground, we have a 3D logo now up on the ground. And now we can see what the lower logo depth does. So if we increase the lower logo, we can see that we've increased that light emitting layer in there, which is the lower logo. If we decrease that, we've decreased the depth of the lower logo in there. So basically that's what that does. Let's let it the maximum for now and jump to border control. So actually, before border control, I'm just going to go to logo color control to see the border control better then. So let's go to logo color control, and the first thing that we see in here, if we open this a little bit up, we would see remove main logo material. So let's click on that and see what this does. So if we click on that, as you can see, we have the logo material in there. If we click on remove main logo material, we've removed the main logo material. And basically, the upper color will modify the color of this logo material. As you can see in there, if we make it red, the logo would turn to red. So let's keep that black for now, and then go to lower color. So we can change the lower color, which would be the light emitting part, as we said earlier. For example, if we make it blue, you can see that it changed to blue into the lower logo. And then we have the edge color. If we make this, for example, to black, the edges of the logo would turn to black, as you can see in there. So if we make this, for example, to red, to see it more properly, the edges would turn to red. So let's make that black to match up with our logo. And the next thing would be original color. If we increase the original color, we would be increasing the opacity of the original colors of the logo. So basically, as you can see, we've increasing those original colors. Very, very nice feature in there. Let's let it be 0 for now. And now go back to border control. Actually, if we go to background control in here, let's talk about that. So basically, in background control, you have the colors of you can customize the colors of the background, and also you have light dispersion, you have shadow opacity, and also then you have shadow dispersion. So for the inner color, you can just customize that, and let's see what we have. So make it around that color, and we just customize the inner color, and then we can customize also the outer color of the background, just like that. Very easy, very easy to do. So the next thing would be light dispersion. As we increase the light dispersion, more light is being dispersed from this logo, as you can see. Then we also have, if we decrease that, we also have shadow opacity. If we decrease shadow opacity, we remove the shadow. If we increase the shadow opacity and increase the shadow dispersion, we have a shadow more dispersed. So basically we can remove the dispersion and we can add dispersion right there. Very easy and very nice to customize. So let's remove those and add some light dispersion for this logo. So right there, very nice. And the next thing would be, now let's jump to border control. So this is border control. In this you have the upper border thickness, lower border thickness, then you have the upper border softness and lower border softness. So basically, if we increase the upper border thickness, we can see that we have the logo reduces its thickness, while if we make it to -127, you can see that we have an increase in thickness in there. So let's see that once again. We've decreased the thickness right there, and now we've increased our thickness right there. And same thing happens for the lower logo, so we can increase it as well to match up. As you can see right there, we can modify the thickness of the border. Then we have the upper border softness. We can increase this to see what it does, and basically, as you can see, it makes our logo much more soft. So if we decrease that, we can see that we can modify the softness and remove those hard edges of the logo right there. And same thing for the lower border softness. We can increase the softness and make it more soft and remove the hard edges. So basically, if we make it 100 width, it is really soft, while we can make it to 0 to be more hard. So I'm just going to leave this on these values, and I'm going to leave this on 0 and also the upper one on 0. So like that. And now let's jump to specular control. In specular control, we have these attributes in here. Basically, this would control the material of the logo. So the first thing would be specular control. This is the overall specular control. If we increase that to 100, the logo would be more shiny, while if we decrease this to 0, it would be more metallic. It is a bit difficult to see in here, but it is easy to see when there's movement, since it reacts with movement with light. So if this is 100, it is more shiny. If it is 0, it is more metallic-like. So let's leave that to 0. And then we have add specular control. Basically, this controls the overall add specular. If we decrease the add specular, we remove that tint from the edge. If we increase that to 100, we have a tint on the edge, as you can see. Then you have the color of that tint, so you can customize it to whatever color you want. For example, let's make it red to see how it looks. As you can see, you can customize it to whatever color you want. Let's leave that on white. And then the next thing would be to control where that light falls. So basically, this is the outer specular intensity. If we increase that, the light would fall on the outer part, and we then can decrease the inner specular intensity to remove that from the inner part. And as you can see, we've shifted it from the inner position to the outer position. I'm just going to leave that as it was. So something around that, to have specular on this part of the logo. Then you have the reflectivity. If we decrease this, the logo would be more shiny. As you can see, here's a little edge in there. It can't really be seen a lot, but there's a little bit of edge in there, makes it more look like glass. while if we increase this, it would look more metallic. So I'm just going to make it look like that. And then let's jump to the next features. So we've covered logo color control, we've also covered depth control, border control, specular control, and now the next thing would be liquid control. So to see this properly, I'm going to logo color control and I'm going to remove the main material. I've removed the main material, and as you can see we have an outer glass-like logo. Then in liquid control, I'm just going to raise this in here and see what happens. As you can see, the logo is being filled with a liquid in here. Very, very cool feature. So basically, you can make the logo fill up with a liquid. So imagine if we go to depth control, for example, and switch our depth. Then we have a hole filling with water, for example. And then from the logo color control, you can customize the color of that. So basically you can make it, for example, to blue. And right there, in a few steps, we've made a completely different logo. So let's just jump back. Let's just go to liquid control and make this to 0 as it was. So basically what this liquid control does is add liquid. So if you add just a little bit, there would be a little bit of opacity of the liquid, so you can modify the transparency of the liquid, as you can see. So I'm just going to leave that on 0, and then I'm just going to go to depth control, switch that back to where it was, to the logo, and from logo color control I'm just going to make the main logo material once again, and that I'm just going to turn it to black as it was. So basically you can see what liquid control does. It just adds liquid into your logo, provided that you don't have the main logo material. So now the next thing would be LED panel control. As you can see, we've seen this already, so just one click and we would have that LED panel. And as you can see, this LED panel have more features in here. So basically, if you have, we recommend to have the depth control switch in here. So we recommend that you switch the depth, since that, and remove the main logo material when using that. So basically if you go to logo color control and remove the main logo material like that, that would give the best result. For example, if you have a background color of a darker background color, and you have the depth control in here, so that would give the best result. But you can also use that however you want, creatively, however you want. So I'm just going to leave everything as it was. If you go to logo color control in here, we have, I'm just going to add back the main material, and then from here I'm just going to make this inner color to white once again, as you can see in there. And from depth control I'm just going to switch to the 3D in there, and as you can see we have a completely different look in here. So you can customize it to whatever you like, so as we said earlier with this one. So I'm just going to remove that at the LED panel. You can choose the style from the style picker in there, and then customize from that. So now the next thing would be slogan control. From this we can control the position of the slogan. So basically if we control position 0, 1, we have the horizontal position in there. Then we have the vertical position. So basically you can control the position of the slogan in there. I'm just going to leave it around there. And then you have the colors of it. I'm just going to make it black, for example. And you can make it emit light as well. So basically if that's white, for example, it can emit light right there. And you can also reduce the light emission. So let's make it black. And now go to background control. We've already explained this feature, so basically from here you can customize the color of the background, as we said, and other attributes like light and shadow dispersion. So basically that was all. And as you can see, in some few steps we've customize the logo completely. So basically in 20 minutes we've customized the logo to a completely different style. So the next thing would be to render this logo. So how do we go about that? So let's go to project to do that, and from here we have render here. Let's select our resolution. For example, I'm going to select render in Full HD, which is the highest resolution version. Double click on that, and then just drag and drop your logo in there. Just drag it there, not your logo, your music file. So just drag and drop your music file. Let's fit up to 100%. And then just go to composition, and from here select add to render queue. So composition and add to render queue. Then select your render destination. So my logo animation. And I'm going to save. Then go to lossless in there, click on it, and select your format. I like to choose QuickTime. Then from here choose H.264, click on OK, and don't forget to make audio output. Click OK, and just hit on render, and it would render in about 1 hour or even less. So basically that was all. So as you can see, how you would go about to customize this template. So as you can see, it is very easy to customize. So basically what you would do, you would select a style from this style picker in there, and if you like, for example, style 03, you would open up set style 03, just import your logo, and if you like the colors and everything how they are, you can just render. So go into your style, import your logo, and render. But if you want to customize something, for example, you want to customize the colors, for example, you just go in there and customize the individual color, for example, and you can also then customize and make whatever style you want also. So basically the customization is in your hands. If you want to customize, you can, but if you don't want to spend time customizing, you can just choose one of these 14 styles in here, and you as you can see, you have a lot of creative control over this template. So thank you very much for buying this template, and please don't forget to rate if you like the template. Thank you very much.